In the summer of 1973 in Murphysboro, Illinois, a group of witnesses report seeing a massive hairy creature lurking near the Big Muddy River. Standing nearly 7 foot tall and covered in mud, the beast quickly becomes the talk of the town. As the Big Muddy Monster is... Already fucked that up. I'm just going to redo the whole thing.
Cheers.
Here we go. In the summer of 1973 in Murphysboro, Illinois, a group of witnesses report seeing a massive hairy creature lurking near the Big Muddy River. Standing nearly 7 foot tall and covered in mud, the beast quickly becomes the talk of the town. Was the monster a misidentified animal? A hoax? Or something far stranger hiding in the swamps of southern Illinois? Tonight, we're digging into one of the Midwest's most famous cryptid encounters. Grab a drink, and let's head to the muddy waters of Murphysboro.
Kraken Cans Cast, raise it high. Cold beer stories under the sky. Cryptids crawling, ghosts in the grave. Something calling your name again. We don't run, we don't hide. We just take it in stride. One more round, one more side.
What's going on, crackheads? Welcome back to another episode of the Kraken Cans Cast, the podcast where we crack open a cold one and dive into the weird, the haunted, and the straight up cursed. I'm one half of your Kraken Cans duo, Corey with a E. Sitting over there is Mike and his big little C. And we are ready to get into another topic tonight for you guys. The big hairy son of a bitch, Bigfoot.
That's crazy intro.
Yeah.
It got it like that was like a roller coaster. We were just going up, and then we just came down fast.
And we're ready to go back up again.
All right.
Woo.
That's kind of up to me if we go up again. We're not. I'm going to speak real monotone this whole episode.
We'll be
and
sleeping.
It's going to be boring as hell. So buckle up. It's going to be a lot of fun for you guys.
Buckle up.
You nerds out there.
Hey, so as you guys can see, on our backdrop, the people watching on YouTube, on our backdrop, we got our new Kraken Cans Cast logo created by Rustic Supply Company. So thank
Beautiful. Beautiful. He took David Hardy's artwork that he made on our logo, David Hardy from Cryptids Empire, and he just made it pop. Rustic Supply. They should be running a sale like right now when this episode comes out. They're running a sale on their Etsy, so head over there, check out all their stuff. 90% of their stuff that they have on there is going to be on sale for these couple weeks. So
go buy some Krakens.
Buy some Krakens. Tell them the crackheads sent you. Don't know what that means. Maybe.
Yeah, they will.
Maybe.
I know.
Yeah. Corey knows, even though that means absolutely nothing.
I know.
It means nothing to Rustic Supply. But Corey knows. But yeah, we're getting the Big Muddy Monster. We're going to do another Bigfoot type flap going on in the Midwest. Super awesome. And for the beer, we got Foundry's Brewing Company.
Bum, bum, bum.
So for over 25 years, Foundry's Brewing Company dedicated its life to the state of Michigan and is shown through in everything they do. Surrounded by the Great Lakes, they're devoted in using their freshwater resources. So I hope they're not too close to Flint, Michigan. That's not a great freshwater resource.
No.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, to provide you the highest quality beer possible. From all-day IPAs to craft beer stalwarts like KBS, which celebrates 20 years of barrel-aged excellence this year, the Mitten State has given us so much, and we've been fortunate enough to be able to give back, supporting local causes and businesses from our hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, all the way across the bridge to the tip of Kiwi-Nassau Ponte.
Kiwi.
I don't know.
Kiwin.
It's peninsula, but I said Ponce because
Ponce.
it's Kiwi-Na Peninsula.
Nice.
Anyways,
Sounds good.
the beer is the beer. We're getting into the beer. That's the more important thing than the brewery. We're getting Dirty Bastard Ale, the beer that put them on the map. It's so good, it's almost wrong. With dark ruby in color, Dirty Bastard is brewed a variety of specialty malts. This beer has a complexness to its finish, paired with a malty richness and a right hook of hop power to give it the bad attitude that a beer named Dirty Bastard has to live up to. And for the tie-in.
Oh, you forgot something, though.
What'd I forget?
8.5% ABV.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you said it, but it's Scotch-style ale.
Yeah, I don't need to say it.
I got you.
They need to go look it up.
I got them.
I don't want to. I
got
want
you
to
guys.
challenge people. Like, this is my way of making people go to the brewery's page so they check out the brewery.
Well,
so they're not going to check out. The brewery just lost business because of Corey.
I'll give you the spark notes.
Yeah. So the tie-in, imagine a stinky-ass beast wandering around the woods. A beast that you smell long before you see him or hear him. A monster living on the banks of the muddy river. Thick, mud-matted fur. 2 words describe this bad boy. Dirty bastard. Take a shower, man. Let's cheers and drink this bitch.
Rich caramel.
Is he caramely?
Yeah,
The Bigfoot?
I think so. I
Okay.
think in color.
You know about this guy?
No, just from
Okay.
you describing him.
You know about this guy? I don't know. Yes, I don't know if we ever had a Scotch ale.
And we haven't had Founders yet either.
Didn't we have Founders?
I don't think so.
I think we might have just drank them because the boys from Cryptid and Cold One, shout out, guys.
Michigan.
They sent us some. Hey, your beer's in the mail.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. We'll get to it. We're
We
working.
will.
We're
We'll give it
working
to
on
you in Ohio, boys.
Yeah, there you go. We'll just buy you around. Perfect. Call her even. That should cover shipping. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't had many Scotch ales, so I don't know whether to say this one's good or not. I think it's actually a pretty tasty beer, personally. All right, so I just logged into my Beer Goggles app. I'm going to do a review. If you guys don't remember Beer Goggles app, check them out. You can get up to 6 years free plan if you type in the words Kraken at checkout. All the scores go out of 69 on Beer Goggles, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I would lean 59 for this one. I like it.
59.
I like it a lot.
And then I'm more Americanized over here, so I get on the Untapped app.
Yeah, he listens to his government. That's what he's telling you.
I guess
Americanized.
you can call me a hipster.
That's it. Oh yeah, dude, you're definitely a hipster. Like you're so you're so much of a hipster that you hate hipsters. That makes you even more of a
Damn,
hipster.
I do.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's
I'm that
crazy.
far in.
Yeah.
All right, so Untapped, I'm giving this boy, I'm going to give it a 3.25.
Wow, that's weak sauce.
3.25 out of 5.
That's weak sauce.
Hey, anything over 3 I like, though.
Well,
So-
okay. I don't know. 3.
Well,
Man, that's weak.
I don't know, Beer Goggles.
I like it better. I like it more than him.
Yeah. It's not bad, not bad. You don't really taste that. I mean, it's 8.5% alcohol, but you really don't taste the alcohol. You taste the maltiness. The maltiness hits you pretty hard, but I think that kind of covers up the 8.5 ABV.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like it's that high.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah, so
So hey, with that,
let's go there.
okay. Sauces. We got some sauces for this episode. You guys got wings. I got sauces.
Mild.
Mild.
I like
Pooh.
some garlic parm, too.
I only brought spicy, so you're gonna have to deal with that right now.
Okay, we'll do hot.
Yeah. Okay. Not extra hot,
Just reg.
just regular hot.
Yeah.
Murphysboro.com. Watch a really good YouTube video from Red Room's Film. That's a good YouTube. Go check them out. WeirdDarkness.com, Fandom.com. We're hitting a lot of the heavy hitters on
Fandom.
here. Oh, yeah. A lot of the heavy hitters we're getting to. So before we get too far into the episode, we have to get into the location. The location of Murphysboro, Illinois. And it sits right on the heart of southern Illinois, along one of the region's most important waterways, the Big Muddy River. The Big Muddy is a 156-mile long river that eventually feeds into the Mississippi River just south of Murphysboro. The river is known for its heavy sediment load, often living up to its name by carrying thick, muddy water through much of its course. This geography is exactly why the Big Muddy Monster story feels so grounded. This is a thick river bottoms. This provides endless cover. Fog, mud, low visibility are common. Wildlife is abundant. Human activity is sparse. And it's this landscape, these woods, these banks, these shadows that the legend of the Big Muddy Monster begin. And we're taking you all the way back to fall of 1949. The first of the Big Muddy Monster sightings.
The first of many.
And we'll get into it later. This sighting happened, right? People saw it. Nobody thought anything of it because this was an isolated sighting in 1949. It wasn't until the 1970s where there was a flap where people were like, holy crap, that...
So there was one in 49?
One in 49.
A bunch in
the 70s. We'll get there, yeah.
All right.
But a lot of people didn't think much of this original sighting, and a lot of people don't actually say this is the original sighting because it was so far away from the big flap when that happened. So this is near Murphysboro, Illinois. Workers at a local scrapyard reported seeing a strange creature standing near the railroad track. Witnesses described it as large, upright, with a wolf-like or dog-like face. The creature was reportedly covered in dark hair and gave off an overwhelming foul odor. The smell became one of the most consistent details in later reports. The sighting caused concerns among locals, and stories quickly spread through the area. Some residents searched, and at least one local bounty was reportedly offered for the creature. Hunters and curious townsfolk combed the nearby woods and found nothing. Skeptics suggest the witness was simply seeing a black bear standing upright. At the time, Illinois still had occasional reports of wandering black bear, making this explanation slightly plausible, but the problem was there was no physical evidence, and there was no footprints, none of that kind of stuff. And after the initial excitement, reports faded and the creature seemed to disappear. So, at this point, we're kind of at the crossroads. Was this a sighting of a bear? I think that very well could be logical.
That's the most logical explanation.
However, witnesses specifically emphasized a long snout rather than a bear-like face. So we're in the 40s. This is a time where people are outside a lot more. They're going to be able to identify wildlife a lot better than we can now.
Pre-video games.
Pre-video games. Yep. So
You get a long snout.
long snout, yeah, overly long, almost like we are looking more towards a dog man. Is kind of where this initial sighting kind of has me thinking.
Dog man with an anteater face.
No, just a regular dog face.
Okay.
It's got a long snout like a dog.
I was thinking like real long snout.
No.
Okay.
No. Don't get ridiculous.
Okay.
This is just. Damn it! It's a long snout like a dog.
Okay. Now,
Longer than a bear, dog-like.
all right, I got it now.
Okay.
Got it.
We're gonna fast forward to August 11th of 1968, and this is kind of known as the Forgotten Encounter. So there are two witnesses, Tom Bullock and Barbara Smith. While driving along a rural road west of Murphysboro, the pair experienced a strange encounter that would later be connected to the Big Muddy Monster. According to their account, something suddenly began throwing dirt or debris at their vehicle from the roadside. Startled, they stopped to investigate. Barbara Smith reported seeing a massive creature standing nearby. She estimated that this creature stood around like a modest 10 foot tall.
Modest.
The creature appeared dark or black in color and had a hairy ape-like face. After the sighting, the witnesses discovered a large footprint near the area where the creature had been standing. The print seemed unusual enough to convince them that they had not just seen a person standing along the road. So why is this important? This encounter occurred about 15 miles west of where the famous Murphysboro flap that we're going to talk about
It was
happened.
like 20 years later, give or take. You said 40 something to 60.
No, we're in 68 right now.
Yeah, but I mean.
Okay, yeah. So this is like 20 years
20
from the original scrapyard sighting.
Okay. So I mean, this thing could have, if it was the same creature, it could have grew up by then and got taller.
Yeah.
Because they didn't say it was that tall in the 40s, right?
I think they said it was around like 7 foot tall,
Yeah.
like bear-like.
Yeah.
So
could have been.
yeah, I don't know. This is really a one-off because there's no other reports in this area of any other encounters in this 15 miles away from the original.
So okay.
I don't know. It was interesting. It's worth adding. And this is really one where a lot of people paid no attention to this sighting until the flap happened in 73, and then a lot of people started talking like, holy crap, this added up at the time, you know.
Just like the Sauter family episode.
Yeah. I mean,
How-
that was like 3 months.
What? I just mean how stuff like added up.
Yeah,
Where,
that's what I mean. That was like
yeah.
3 months beforehand or 2 months
Yeah.
beforehand. This
all
was
the,
like
all the red flags and stuff.
this was like 5 years and 15 miles beforehand.
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay. And this is where the beginning of the major flap started in June 25th of 1973. Now, some reports say it started on June 26th. That's because it happened right around the turn of midnight. So it depends on if you think it happened at 11:30 at night or it happened at 1 o'clock in the morning. If it's 20, I'm saying the 25th. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it happened at 11:30 at night on the 25th.
25, that's a good number.
25, yeah. Why is that a good number?
I told you last episode I like that number, and you said you weren't going to like that number anymore.
Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah.
number. So it happened on the June 26th, 1 a.m. It's the original sighting.
Damn it.
So the witnesses are going to be Randy Needham and Judy Johnson. The location's going to be a boat launch along the Big Muddy River near Murphysboro, Illinois. So these two were out doing a little bit of parking at a popular area, make-out spot. He might have been getting a little boob feel.
Were they going to do some boating then, too?
No. You just park at the boat launch
Okay.
to
'Cause
do. This is the make-out spot.
I just wanted to make sure they weren't doing boating, too.
No.
That's the next level of parking.
Nope, just parking
parking.
and boat. Just no boating at the boat launch.
Motor boating?
I mean, possibly. I don't really know that much.
Okay.
As they sat listening to music, they noticed an awful odor drifting through the area. The smell was described as strong and putrid, similar to something dead or rotten, or quarry. Moments later, a piercing scream echoed from the darkness. I picture something like that. Randy turned down the music to listen, which I think's funny. This piercing scream came from the wilderness, and you're like, "Holy crap! Let me turn the radio down and let me get another hear of this scream."
Well, kind of on the same type of thing. When you're driving and you have to focus.
Yeah, you turn the radio down because you
Yeah.
got to see where you're going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes no sense, but it helps.
I mean, I actually thought of this in depth the one day. When you're by yourself, it makes no sense. When you're with somebody else, it makes sense because you want to be able to hear the directions better and not be distracted by the radio. I did think of this the one day, and I think it's because of that habit that you just always turn it down.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he turned it down. There came a second howl, louder and clearer than before.
Dude, there's some fucking crazy. There's some crazy Is there a Sasquatch bed over there?
It could be,
I think
man.
there's some crazy Sasquatch
I've been working on it.
stuff going on.
I've been working on it ever since I saw the Central Arkansas Cryptid Fest. They had their Bigfoot calling contest, which Justin from Cryptids the Corn won.
Damn.
Yeah. So, if he does a calling contest out at the Bigfoot Jamboree that we're going to be at, I might have to enter that.
No, I mean, and the stuff you're going over. Remember going back to like our Alaska episode where you said about the Sasquatch bed out in the grass where they were having sex? That's what I'm thinking. There's Sasquatch by the boat docks right now having sex.
They could be out here just banging.
Yeah,
Bigfoot banging.
because they were two different sounds. I mean, I know you made them, but
Well, yeah, because my first one was actually the deeper one was female.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, the higher pitch one was male. It's
Yeah.
weird. That's how the
It's reversed.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I've been studying Sam Squanches for approximately 3 to 4 months, so I'm pretty familiar with them by now.
Yeah. So you got the sounds down.
Yeah. So the couple began hearing movement in the brush surrounding the vehicle. When Randy aimed his headlights toward the disturbance, they reportedly illuminated a massive hulking creature. The creature was estimated to be
10 feet tall. 12. 7. Fuck it. What is it?
8 foot tall. Sorry. Somehow you went further and then got closer, but you're still not right.
I gave up.
Witness described it as covered in dark hair that appeared matted with mud. Terrified, the couple immediately sped away from the scene. This is where this sighting got a little different than a lot of other sightings like this. You figure teens parking, they're going to run home, tell their parents, whatever. These teens went to the local authorities to let them know immediately what they had seen.
Can't wait to hear this sheriff's name.
Authorities took the... I don't know if I have the sheriff's name in here.
That's like my favorite part of these stories is hearing the sheriff or like the...
Because, dude, sheriff's names are so sheriffy.
I know.
Like, Doodam Bobberhanger. It's like, yeah, hell yeah, I'd vote that dude for sheriff.
And they all have 3 names.
Yeah.
You know?
So authorities took the report seriously enough to file as an, quote, unknown creature incident. Officers later investigated the area near the boat launch. Searchers reported discovering unusual 3-toed tracks near the location of the sightings. 3-toed tracks are so common in Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I've heard so many things. My goal in this is to get I want to know what the 3-toed tracks are from.
You know what I think it is?
What?
You know, like your kids, how they walk around on like their tippy toes?
You think?
I'm thinking it's just the Bigfoot. Like when they're walking around the woods, they like to walk around like on the front of their toes, and it just leaves the 3 marks.
Yeah, but they're like the 3 toes, like one bigger in the middle and then 2 smaller on the outside.
They got them twisted up all weird, but something like that, I think.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna hit me with a real good when I hit the toes. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I already thought of this. That's what it was, and you're like,
no,
twisty toes is what you said.
Yeah, I'll get back to that.
Quote unquote twisty toes.
We'll get back to
what
that
we're
later,
gonna go with
next year.
News of the encounter spread rapidly through Murphysboro and the surrounding communities. Police, volunteers, and curious residents began searching the nearby woods and riverbanks. So they did all this, searched through. We're going to get into more of the flap. So this is the original, this is the beginning of the flap. What do you think so far?
You didn't go over what they found yet, right? Doing their
just the
investigation.
toes.
Just
I
the
mean,
toes.
like as far as the investigation, that continues through the entirety of the flap.
Gotcha.
More or less.
I mean, I guess you don't really have much information on the people out there doing some parking. You know, if they were.
I mean, they're late teenage kids.
If they were out there drinking too.
I mean, I don't know. I think if they were drinking, they wouldn't have gone to the police station.
That's true. So we'll take that out. Yeah, I mean, it's weird because what other creature out there has some type of track that is big and looks like 3 toes?
Why the 3 toes? 3 toes makes me think alien.
Yeah.
Brings me I don't know. I've read a lot about, you have a lot of alien sightings and you have a lot of Bigfoot sightings. A lot of those flaps coincide, and it always seems like the tracks that coincide with it are 3-toed tracks.
Did they say how many tracks they found?
Several.
Okay.
So, yeah. 12 to 14.
Were they near the water?
I mean, they were
like
near.
Right
because they were parked on the boat.
Yeah.
Launch, so they're
I'm
right
just
by
trying
the
to
water.
think if there's any animal like in the water, like big snapping turtles.
What do you think? It's like an alligator coming up there and going, ah! Standing on its back legs going, ah!
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that the creature they saw also left the tracks. It could have been 2 different things.
It could have been a Bigfoot riding a snapping turtle.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
You didn't think about that.
That's my leading theory right now.
All right, so we're back at June 26th. So this is around 10:30 p.m. So this is the following night after the original encounter. The night after Randy and Judy saw whatever they saw when they were parking. 5-year-old Christian Burrell was outside near the Big Muddy River enjoying a typical summer evening. So his home was right there along the river. He was playing in the yard and chasing fireflies. Suddenly he noticed a huge white shape rise up nearby. Frightened, the child ran into the house and told his father that he had seen a quote-unquote ghost outside. So at first, it may have sounded like a child's imagination. But then the neighbors saw something too. Nearby residents Cheryl Ray and her boyfriend Randy were relaxing on the back porch that same evening. As they sat outside, they heard rustling and movement coming from the weeds near the river. Curious, they watched and switched on the porch light. What they saw stunned them. Standing before them was a massive creature estimated to be roughly
8 feet tall.
Witnesses described it as having white or light-colored fur heavily matted by
mud.
river slime.
SummerSlam.
Yeah. River slime appeared to be hanging from its body and dripping from its
Testicles.
hair. The creature had a broad chest and shoulders, giving it the build of a
Sumo wrestler.
linebacker. And overpowering sewage-like odor filled the
Air.
and some reports claimed its eyes appeared red or glowing in the
Night.
darkness. Unlike an animal on all fours, this figure stood completely
On its hands.
upright.
Okay.
On its hands.
I was thinking of something
I'm just hitting last words.
I know.
So when you say on its hands,
I was trying to get
for
creative.
several tense moments, the witnesses and creature simply stared at one another. Then the monster suddenly began crashing through the brush and appeared and disappeared toward the river. And that's the end of the sighting. But the fur color, the white coloration, is unusual because many Bigfoot reports describe a dark brown or black creature. Some researchers have suggested the white fur may have actually been dark fur coated in mud. So like now when mud dries, it gets a lot lighter. So imagine like dried mud, river silt, reflecting the light from the porch. That's what gives it this big giant polar bear-like look.
Could it be that the creature's natural fur is white, but all the other encounters, it was just so covered in mud that it looks...
It could be that
You
way
know what
too.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It just got a bath.
It just got a bath, yeah. But that's kind of because one of the, I guess the biggest, I don't know. People say, I don't understand why this one was white and the other ones weren't. And people are like, well, it could just reflected the mud off of it, which does make sense when you think of it like that.
Could have been a different Bigfoot, too.
Could have been a different Bigfoot,
Yeah.
So with that, beer break ski
Oh,
on the way.
let's go. And we're back from that beer break ski. We're getting more Muddy Monster on
And-
this business.
And check it out. I'm driving the truck right now. Like I'm driving the big Muddy Monster truck.
I'm thinking like a big dump truck.
18-wheeler.
Even better.
Hauling mulch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hauling it and I'm going, and guess what we're going to do?
We're going to go lay some mulch.
No, we're going to kick it up a gear right now.
Okay.
Yeah, this story gets even better.
Does it get jacked up?
Yeah, dude, there's an absolute, maybe one of my favorite Bigfoot encounter stories is going to come up here shortly.
Holy tits. Okay.
Before we get to that story, we're going to get to the officers arriving at this scene. So officers Nash and Manwaring. Nash, dude. Tell me that's not a cop name.
Man wearing?
I mean, yeah, he's wearing his uniform.
Who's this guy? Fucking Leatherface?
It could be. It could be. So they responded to the area, chainsaw in hand. Son of a bitch. It could be Leatherface.
That's what I'm saying.
Upon arrival, they immediately noticed the same foul odor described by the witnesses. The smell was powerful enough that multiple people commented on it independently. As they searched the area, officers reportedly found numerous large footprints near the riverbank. So at this point, local authorities begin treating this situation.
Seriously.
That's what I'm talking about. And guess what happens next?
They have another sighting.
A full search is organized.
Hell, I love the searches. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite.
Oh,
too.
dude, they're
Love me a
insane.
good search.
Absolutely insane. It's like, go to town hall. Who can we get? Myrtle, are you good? I'm 93, but I'll come.
Yeah.
Tommy, are you good? I'm 4, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like everybody that searches, that's what they're like. Oh, man, I do have the police chief's name here. So, police chief? You name him. Go ahead.
Woody, Jack, Mildred.
Pat O'Brien.
Sounds like a basketball player or a baseball player.
Yeah. Well, you're just thinking of Paul O'Neill.
Yeah.
Called in additional officers to assist in the investigation. The search area expanded as more reports came in from the residents. Authorities eventually brought in a trained tracking dog to follow whatever had left the tracks. And then we get on the trail.
So they brought in a Bigfoot tracking dog.
I mean, just a tracking dog in general, but he smelled the Bigfoot and he
Yeah,
could track
he's-
anything. He didn't give a shit what he was tracking.
He's trained for Bigfoots.
Yeah. So searchers discovered that what some described as a slimy trail leading away from the area. The tracking dog picked up the scent and began following it. The trail led down the riverbank through rough terrain, and eventually the dog tracked the scent toward an abandoned barn. Can you guess what happened next at this abandoned barn?
The dog started barking at the barn.
As the search party approached the structure, the tracking dog became visibly agitated. Witnesses reported the animal appeared frightened and refused to enter the barn. Despite encouragement from its handlers, the dog would, like, this bitch was not going inside. He was not.
I don't know if
going
he's a
in this
bitch. I
door.
think he's smart.
Well, yeah, he's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Believing they may have cornered the creature, officers called for additional personnel to cover the location.
Bring in the tanks. Bring in
Pretty much, dude. They
bring in
should
the
have.
bombers.
Chief O'Brien reportedly radioed nearby units to respond to the barn immediately. Testing. This is Chief O'Brien. We need all units to the local barn located in Murphysboro. Everybody knows where the local barn is. Go ahead and get over there right now. Over. But before they completed a search and it could be organized, they believe the creature slipped out the back door.
Ooh, why did they have somebody covering the back door?
They couldn't get there fast enough. They're busy trying to get this dog in the building. Because they don't want to go in.
Yeah.
If the dog's not going in, they sure as hell don't want to go in.
Damn, bunch of bitches.
So searchers later theorized that whatever had been there slipped out the rear. No creature was ever found inside, and no definite evidence was recovered.
Until.
Well, no, not until.
Oh, okay.
So if you're one of those officers standing outside the barn, you going inside?
Hell no.
You're freaking right. I'm not.
I'm
It's
following my dog back to the cop car.
You know what? No, you know what? In 2026, I'm going to sit here and say, oh, I would have definitely entered that barn.
I'd have my AR with us.
In 1973?
You said it in 2026.
I'm saying like me sitting in 2026, like, oh yeah, I would have entered that barn. I would have been scared.
I'd have been in there with my musket.
Yeah. What? How do you think yours work? This is ridiculous.
And something in between.
Yeah. So now we're going to the carnival encounter.
Carnival?
July 7th, 1973. So we're still in the same year, approximately 2 a.m. As Murphysboro Monster Frenzy continued, the next sighting came from an unexpected location, the Miller Brothers Carnival. The carnival had closed for the night, the rides were shut down, the lights were off, and most visitors had already gone home. Only a handful of workers remained on the grounds. Among them was, do you want to name them? There's 3 guys.
Francis, Gerald, and Harold.
Oh, you're just hitting first. I thought his name was Francis Gerald.
Francis,
one
Gerald,
guy.
Harold?
Yeah. So we got Otis Norton, Ray Adkerson, and Wesley Lavender.
Lavender.
He smelled good. You know he smelled good.
You know he's not the Bigfoot.
No. So during the early morning hours, the workers noticed something strange happening among all the carnival animals. Several ponies suddenly became agitated. Witnesses said the animals began pulling at their restraints and trying to flee. The reaction immediately caught the workers' attention, and then they saw what the hell had frightened these animals. Emerging from the darkness was a massive figure estimated to be around
8 foot tall, and he was erect.
Witnesses described the creature as being covered in fur, heavily matted with
Boner.
mud. You're not even trying anymore.
Okay, I'll start trying again.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're done now. You lost privilege.
All right, darn it.
The figure matched descriptions from previous Big Muddy Monster reports, and the workers were shocked by the size and appearance. That's what she said. Rather than confronting it, they did what most people probably would have done. They ran, yeah, exactly. The men rushed off to find other workers and alert them, like, hey, you guys should really go check out the barn where the ponies is at.
Yeah.
Unlike earlier sightings, the creature showed no aggression. Witnesses reported that it simply turned around and walked back toward the wooded area around the carnival grounds. And by the time additional people arrived, it was gone. This is an interesting sighting because you think how strange it would be for a Bigfoot-like creature to have a carnival arrive in town. You know what I mean? Like, just all these flashing lights and everything like that going on in this town out of nowhere.
You think, too, the workers, because they're working at a carnival and they have all this weird shit there, they won't even think anything of it. They think he's part of, like, the carnival.
Or they'd be drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, I assume they'd be drunk.
Yeah, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I'd be.
So, but this sighting was slightly different because the creature observed in the area came to bright lights, noise, and human activity. The frightening reaction of the ponies mirror a common theme in cryptid reports where animals often appear disturbed while the sighting occurs. And the description again matched a now familiar image of the big muddy monster. Large, upright, hairy, covered in
8 foot
mud.
tall. Oh.
8 foot tall. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I
it
was
matches
waiting
the
for
8 foot
I
tall.
was trying to get it.
I would have hit you with it. I would have gave you the finger.
It's all right.
That's your time to shine. Finger. So if the creature was simply a hoaxer in a costume, why did it keep walking away whenever people approached instead of trying to scare them? That's one of my questions. I don't think a creature would act so nonchalant of when people are coming to it, of just turning around and walking in the woods if it was a kid in a costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Could be.
Could be what?
Could be just a person in a costume.
It could be, but don't you think they'd be a little more scared? Why would all the ponies be reacting?
Drugs.
That the kid in the costume gave them drugs?
No, the person in the costume is on drugs. That's why they're just walking away like in a trance.
What about the ponies? We're talking about the ponies right now.
Yeah.
You said they give them ponies drugs.
I guess they're giving the ponies drugs too. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
And this is, all right, so
That's a good point.
this is all culminating in my absolute favorite encounter.
Oh, this better
My
be good.
favorite.
You've been building this up.
I promise this is a good encounter, dude.
Okay.
This beats, like, we talked about Momo. You know I love Momo.
Mm-hmm.
Momo is my guy. Lyle Blackburn's book on Momo is one of my favorite reads I've ever had. This encounter trumps all the Momo encounters. Trumps the kids that saw Bigfoot carrying the dog. Trumps it right there.
Does it trump the one where they were at like the rest stop and the Bigfoot's like,
Yeah, licking their window. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was, like, my
I think it
favorite.
trumps it.
All right.
That is a good story, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just holding their keys up like, da, 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 da. Yeah. Yeah. So this is when the hunter becomes the hunted. As reports of the big muddy monster spread, two experienced coon hunters, this is raccoons, people, headed into the muddy river bottoms with their dogs. I feel like some people hear coon hunters and they think the worst.
yeah,
Yeah, these are raccoon hunters. They have
raccoons.
raccoons.
Yeah,
Yikes.
yeah. We don't talk that way.
The hunters were familiar. Yeah, that's the big thing. I don't want people to think when
Yeah.
I'm referring to coon hunters, that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about. These are raccoon hunters.
Raccoon.
The hunters were familiar with the area and used to tracking animals in the dark. During the hunt, their dog suddenly picked up the scent and became highly excited. The trail led them through the river bottom and eventually towards an old barn, just like the sighting that the police had. So as they approached, strange growls began from inside, and these weren't normal animal sounds. So both hunters later claimed the noises were unlike anything they'd ever heard before. Even more unusual was the reaction of their dogs. The animals refused to enter the barn despite repeated commands by the hunt. These were well-trained dogs, and these dogs absolutely refused to enter that barn. Determined to see what was inside, one of the hunters allegedly tossed his dog in the doorway. And that's when all hell broke loose. A massive howl erupted from within the barn. The dog immediately came flying back out. Seconds later, the hunters were running too. Whatever was inside, none of them wanted to stick around to investigate further. So the next morning, the hunters gathered several of their friends and returned to the barn in daylight. They expected to finally discover what had been making the noises. But when they arrived, the barn was empty. But they did find something unsettling, and this is what makes this crazy, right? So near the barn door was enormous three-toed tracks. But that's not the end of it, because the prints appeared to leave the barn and head across a nearby field. And as the group followed them, they made the discovery. These tracks didn't leave the barn. They led directly to where the hunter's truck were. This thing followed them and their dogs through the woods, through the thicket in the bottom, and went right to where their truck was. This thing was hunting them. So when I wondered when I researched this thing, creature hunting them, or is this thing just curious?
Yeah.
Is this thing just like a juvenile that was overly curious as to what was after it? And when they all went running away, it was just like, oh, I got to go see what's going on.
I feel like if it was hunting them, somebody would have got hurt.
Oh, yeah, this thing would have caught him.
If it was on their trail.
It would have caught him,
Yeah.
dude. But isn't it crazy that they followed the tracks all the way back to their truck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like the previous encounter with the police where they didn't have any tracks in the barn. The previous encounter, but 2, it seemed like it just slipped out the back door. This one, literally, when they went running, it seemed like something went running after them.
Wonder why they never turned around to look, I guess.
Or it could have been a little bit later, 5-10 minutes later, and this creature, curious, came out.
Yeah.
Having a heightened sense, was able to just smell their tracks and just led to their tracks, right? But either way, this is kind of telling you that this is more of an intelligent creature.
Smart.
This is and it's not even just smart, but the nose on this thing, I kind of assume is what it used to track you down.
Anteater.
You're right. Son of a bitch. That was my next point. It was the anteater.
Oh, I said that like 5 minutes in.
Yeah, I know you did. I shut that down right away. I'm going to continue. I should continue to shut that down. This is not an uncircumcised penis running through the woods. This is a Bigfoot, baby. But yeah, that's one of my favorite stories. Just when the hunter becomes the hunted.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It escalated super quick. So that was kind of the end of the Bigfoot flap in the 70s. There were other sightings over time in the same area. We go all the way to 1988 in the spring, and this is when it seems like the creature returns. So after years of silence, the Big Money Monster's back. A local bartender and amateur rugby player was spending time in the woods fishing alone along the Big Muddy River. For most of the afternoon, he had noticed the brush behind him was moving, but he kind of dismissed it for a deer or other wildlife. He was kind of an experienced outdoorsman, so he just knew these noises weren't anything that he had to worry about. But that's when things escalated. The sound in the woods reportedly grew louder, like trees and heavy brush were being pushed aside as something came down. So while he's fishing, he hooked and pulled up a water moccasin. He didn't like them. He didn't like snakes, so he killed it, and I guess he hung it from a branch nearby. Moments later, it seemed like the creature reacted to that. Rocks were thrown into the water near him. Then he turned and saw a massive figure standing nearby. He described it as roughly
8 foot, 7, 6,
7 foot
7,
tall and as wide as
3 guys, 5 guys.
5 foot shoulder span. 5 guys. He's like the size of a burger.
It's a good restaurant. 5 guys and fries. Got out.
The creature was muddy, dark fur, and was watching him intensely.
Was he pissed that this guy did that with the snake?
That's what it seems like. Yeah, it's kind of like a reaction, like
he's like the protector,
a guardian of the forest, or the guardian of the river. And he later said the creature looked angry. The creature let out a loud scream. The man froze, and finally he looked back. He didn't know what to do, so he's just looking around. He looked back.
Definitely shit his pants.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
At least turd touched cloth. He turned around, creature gone. So he immediately fled the area and returned to his truck, and according to his accounts, he never went fishing in this section of the river ever again. Most modern sightings of the creature. At the Giant City State Park, a man and his wife and a friend were hiking a 12-mile loop in 2020.
2020?
Oh, yeah, October 12th. After roughly 7 miles, they set up camp for the night. And as the evening went quiet, the couple eventually went into their tent while their friends stayed out by the fire. The man inside the tent began hearing something striking the outside. First, it sounded like walnuts or debris hitting the fabric. So he kind of dismissed it and went to bed. And then the second and heavier impact came. And it seemed like somebody was just like slapping the tarp with their hand. This time he knew it wasn't just falling branches or animals. The husband reported seeing a large figure moving past the tent. His wife and their friend later confirmed that they also saw something outside in the darkness. Moments later, the group heard loud whoops and distant howls coming from the woods. Whatever it wasn't staying quiet. The group quickly broke down camp. They packed everything as fast as possible, and they left the area immediately, and they did not remain in the park long after that encounter. So these are for the most part the sightings that we have on the creature. So what are your thoughts on this dude right now? This big, muddy monster.
This dirty bastard.
He is a dirty bastard, man. He needs to scrub his ass.
He was only clean one encounter.
Maybe. If that's what we're going with.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm going with.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going with he was clean in one encounter. I don't know. With all these encounters you went over, I just wish, I don't know. I wish there was more something. I wish somebody got hit or somebody got, because you mentioned about people getting stuff thrown at them, but did anybody have any marks or bruises or wounds?
No, it seemed like this creature does not seem like it wants to hurt people.
Yeah, it just wants them out of there.
Yeah, it wants to scare them.
Yeah.
And man, the sighting, like, there's 2 sightings where this thing was seen in a barn. 2 separate sightings with dogs, very similar. And this creature, I kind of get into it a little bit, but I wonder if the dog's reaction is very much like a beginning of time type thing.
This go back
when
to
a
like
dogs just sense that there is a bigger predator in the area
like
and
instincts.
know that they should not be in this area.
Yeah. Or if it's just a smell, they just have, I don't know. It could even be a smell in their DNA that goes way back to, I don't know, Bigfoots or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's in their DNA and they just know, like, don't mess with that big son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And, you know, that smell comes out and it's like, there it is.
And there's also, I didn't even really write these ones down, but there's also sightings. Remember that local junkyard we talked about in 49?
Yeah.
So going on to even more modern times, there was said that this junkyard or scrapyard was still there. There was a significant Bigfoot sighting at this area. And essentially the owner just realized that this scrapyard is my scrapyard during the day. At night, it's his scrapyard. And they went by the rules at this place of if you hear a growl or you feel uncomfortable or you smell something bad in an area, you just turn and go the other way because he's there. And that's fine. That's his. So it was interesting really reading about this thing.
Damn.
This thing reminded me a lot of Momo. Just with the short flap and everything. And I'm surprised you didn't ask me how far this was from where Momo encounters were.
How far?
I looked it up.
Hey, I've been wondering this whole episode. How far was
No,
this?
you haven't.
How far was this creature from Momo? I just didn't get to it yet.
It was 3 hours and 7 minutes from Momo. 179 miles.
What about as far? Okay, you probably didn't look this up, but like river. Okay, the river runs north south, right?
Yeah.
I forget. I just can't remember where was Momo like because this river was what 150 some miles long.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, could it? A lot of times these things travel like by water or towards water.
Well, yeah, Momo is on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, and this thing runs into the Mississippi River.
Yeah,
right?
so Momo would have had to actually go down and hit where this thing branched off and then came up this thing.
So could it have been the same thing?
No, because I think the flap overlapped too much for it to actually be the same thing.
Okay.
That would be the issue. But yeah, I mean it's super close though, only being 3 hours away.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of skeptics and stuff. Skeptics say that it was a combination of mass hysteria.
Oh, dude, I don't even say go.
and bored teenagers pulling a prank. I
don't hear that. I mean,
dude, you were a teenager. I was a teenager. We're dumb.
Teenagers.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Teenagers are dumb.
I was pretty smart.
You were dumb.
Yeah, you're right. Dumb.
Yeah.
Still am.
You're not gonna pull off a prank that's gonna literally just prank an entire town.
We should.
You know what the problem with teenager pranks is? They can't keep their mouth shut.
And nowadays they can't stop videoing it either.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But even back when you can't keep your mouth shut. You tell your friends about it. Your friends tell your mom about it, and then the prank's over.
Yeah, your mom's calling your mom, and yeah.
So others believe that it was just a muddy bear, and the noise heard was a bobcat or a coyote. Believe the size was exaggerated. The smell, they believe it was just normal river mud and river decay.
Just Carl farting in the woods.
Could be Carl farting in the woods. But this leads to the question, how did mass hysteria last for almost 80 years between sightings? And why were the dogs so scared when there's nothing there? That's always my issue is with the dogs. We have 2 sightings where the dogs are too scared to enter a structure, but we're supposed to believe that it was just teenage kids in the structure. You know what I mean? That's where it's not adding up.
I mean, the story could be also exaggerated with how the dogs reacted too.
I guess, but 2 of them that like literally describe the same thing.
Yeah.
And if it was a bear, dogs will attack a bear. Dogs are not going to be scared naturally of a bear. At least not scared naturally where they're not going to enter a building just because of a bear. That's not going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Many people believe it was just a Bigfoot. You know, just a Bigfoot.
Just a Bigfoot.
Living in the large national forest. Why 1973? Well, because there was major flooding in the area around this time. You're thinking, like, why flooding? Why would that bring Bigfoot out? Because if Bigfoot was living in caves, all these caves would have been flooded. It would have flooded him right out of caves. Bam. Thank you, man.
Hey.
Figured out the mystery all on my own.
Got another one going off that, too. Like, Bigfoots like to go to the water.
You like go fishing.
No, well, yeah. They like
High tide.
For salmon.
High tide.
No, listen, no. Because if shit's flooded, Bigfoots are liking to go to the river and streams and stuff. They're not going to know where to go because there's fucking water everywhere.
There's too many rivers and streams.
Yeah, so they get lost.
These creatures are smart enough to follow a river. They're just going to follow water everywhere.
Yeah, so they're just following everywhere. Yeah, exactly.
And that's how we have Pennywise the Clown, because he just followed the water into a sewer. And it's like, hey, Georgie. What do you think, Georgie?
Yeah.
Other people say there's the interdimensional being. That they smell the fear and that something was just coming between dimensions in this area, created a thin spot, the house and whoops.
Whoop, whoop.
Unknown language of the creature. And I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I think the dogs being upset could have really, they experienced a primal fear, one deep within them, a sense that there's real immediate danger and I got to get the hell out of here. And I thought it was really interesting. To this day, the police still have the creature case open, believing something was going on in this area. It's worth noting in the theories that the police department received many, 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 many letters claiming that they saw the beast.
They're probably still getting them, right?
Probably, yeah. But most of them were considered just pointless leads because they would be from like addresses that aren't even in this area.
Like me and you.
Yeah. Well, I saw the beast, and no, you didn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I have to add this at the end of the episode. There's a giant festival there to celebrate this beast. The Big Muddy Monster Festival in Murphysboro, Illinois brings together researchers, speakers, documentarians, vendors, cryptid enthusiasts, and they celebrate what this son of a gun is.
When is this held?
I should have looked that up. I forgot to.
Okay.
September
6th, 18th.
If you're into
25th.
local folklore, cryptids, or just strange history in Southern Illinois, it's definitely worth checking out in September.
We'll check it out. We won't.
No, he won't.
I know.
I will. Corey won't.
You won't.
He won't. He won't go.
This motherfucker won't.
He's afraid to fly.
I'm not afraid to fry.
He's not afraid of French fries. But with that, we're going to the folklore score on this son of a bitch. Unless you have something you want to add before the folklore score to convince me even more to not give this son of a bitch a 42.
He's getting 50.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's go there.
Let's go.
Woo! We're back. Scores are tallied, and we're ready to get into the folklore score. Can this son of a bitch beat 67? We're going to find out.
Dude, he definitely can. Definitely he can. If the scores are high enough, I think.
Yeah, if they're high enough.
Yeah, that's well, I mean,
do you think they'll be high enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's my score there, Mr. Einstein?
Which
Mr.
21?
David Blaine? No.
Am I close?
Couple off.
Okay. All right. What's my score?
24.
Nope. Wrong. So let's unveil.
All right, 25.
45. All
23?
23. Yeah, I gave him a 23. Which
So that's a 48.
48, which honestly, it's pretty sweet because it gives this guy's our first 40.
Oh my God, I hate you.
Our first 40. First 40. First 40 with a 48 score. If you don't know what a 40 would be, that would be a mild myth. This urban legend offers mild scares, minimal threat levels, and provides listeners with entertaining diversions that may hint at danger, but ultimately, they pose little risk.
Yeah, he poses a little risk.
He does. He could pose more risk, but he just doesn't want to.
He doesn't. I know. I
He
wish
could.
he would.
But he doesn't want to.
I want him to.
He's a gentle giant.
He needs to be a big son of a
You
gun.
gotta respect him. Put him on the Friends of the Cast. I like this dude.
Okay, well,
Big Money Monster, Friends of the
we'll
Cast.
throw him right on top of Champ.
Yeah.
He could ride Champ around.
Oh, he could, for sure.
Yeah, Champ would like that.
Yeah.
He needs a nice big guy on top of him.
Let's get into our scores quick. So for spookiness, I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 5.
For historical cultural significance, I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I 7 I feel like was very I just wanted to give him something high.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. Bigfoot flaps are all kind of the same, really, especially like 70s Bigfoot flaps. It's 4 or 5 sightings and the beast is gone. Nothing bad happens, you know. Believability,
I gave it a 7.
I give it a 9.
Okay.
I like
So,
this.
yeah, we're
I
pretty
like
high
this
there.
big bastard. Yeah.
There was a lot of stories you like, a lot of encounters, a lot of witnesses that you went over. So I gave it pretty high.
There has to be something there.
Yeah.
There's something there. It's
Something
not. It's
there.
not just a bear or a coyote. It's not one of those things. There's something
No.
there.
Yeah, Carl.
Uniqueness, I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 4.
Okay. And threat level, I gave him a 1.
I gave him a 5.
I like that
I gave him a 5 because
he could kill somebody.
that's what I thought.
You're damn
yeah.
right he
'Cause,
could.
like,
I like that.
He threw some little things. He smacked some tents. He
Yeah,
grabbed some ass. Like he
could
could have.
You're right.
He could have.
Yeah, I respect
So
that.
I was like, I give it him right in the middle.
I respect that
I'm gonna give you some knucks on that.
for sure.
Yeah.
I respect that. So this is the Big Muddy Monster of Illinois. If you have a thought that you have on the Big Muddy Monster, or you think there's a story or something we didn't cover, drop it in the comments if you're listening on Spotify or over on YouTube, or send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can even email us at Kraken Cans Cast.
You can get on our website.
You can get on our website, krakencanscast.com.
That's what you just said, right?
I did for our email, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did for the email, yeah.
I was like, wait.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, go. Make sure to go check out the website. Corey works super hard on it, krakencanscast.com. Has all
Hey,
kinds of cool stuff.
I was gonna say too, if you guys think that this muddy, dirty bastard should have scored higher, you tell us we're wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
You thought he was a 68 and he should be on our folklore scoreboard?
And if you think this guy should have his own personal shirt from Cryptid Empire, make sure to go message David Hardy, because I think this guy deserves a shirt.
Yeah.
This guy for sure deserves a shirt. It's kind of ridiculous.
What color shirt you think? I feel like
Brown?
a brown shirt.
Yeah,
Hell
brown.
Yeah,
with
brown
a little bit of
shirt.
white mixed in.
Like a light brown with a dark brown creature.
Yeah. So make sure to go to Cryptid Empire, buy one of their shirts, and in the comments when you're checking out, be like, hey, why don't you have a Big Muddy Monster one? Kraken Cans Cast sent us here. Make sure to send this, because he's an awesome dude. He'll make a shirt for it. He
Yeah.
definitely will.
And just send them some free stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, I'm Crack Daddy Mike. I am O, I am U, and I am T, and Corey's stupid.
Can you spell that? That's what I thought.
Stupid.
Woo,
Corey
woo.
Stupid.
I am the Fluff, F-L-U-F-F.
FF. More
F-F.
more F. F. Fluff.
P-H,
Fluff.
baby. And that's Corey with an E and the BK, and I'm out of here, and Mike is D-U-M-B. Dumb.
Corey's stupid and he's so stupid. He's so stupid.
Join the quest with Kraken Cans. You'll find the best.